Hi, welcome back. My name is Nicole, and I am here with another message. And this is a message that I received straight from the Holy Spirit, and it is something that He wanted me to let His people know regarding the importance of shifting your atmosphere. And he wanted his people to know that for a specific reason, because he wants his people to learn how to not only shift the atmosphere, but to learn how to come to him first whenever you're experiencing anything in your life, as far as things that causes discomfort, or anything that's causing like chaos or anything in your life. He wants us to become a people that get accustomed to coming to him first in prayer or worship, and instead of going to man, instead of calling up our friends or our families, or our pastors. And not that anything is wrong with that, but sometimes these things are stemming from something that the Holy Spirit could be wanting to get you to understand or know in that moment. And you miss the moment or you could potentially miss the moment when you go and you get on the phone, or you go to everyone else except for the Holy Spirit. So, or God, He really wants us to learn that He is the solution, or He has the solution to our problems, and that we should always come to Him first. Again, not that there's an issue with going to these people, but He wants us to get accustomed to coming to Him first, because that's how it should be. So anyway, he wanted me to speak on how important it is to shift the atmosphere, especially during those times when we are feeling like a heaviness in our spirit. Because, when you are feeling this heaviness or discomfort, it could potentially be through several different things. It could be, through warfare or something going on in the spirit, but it could also be that the Holy Spirit is unctioning you into prayer and worship in that moment. And He wants us to understand how powerful worship is. And keeping a certain type of atmosphere is also equally important. And this is why it is very important for us to even protect our peace, when it comes to our atmosphere. And because an atmosphere of peace, it allows the Holy Spirit to flow. And when the Holy Spirit can flow, so can joy, peace, and blessings. And there was always this saying coming up that I would always hear, that said, God don't bless and mess. And that saying came from the fact that the Holy Spirit typically flows where there is order, meaning when He blesses where there is order. Not to say this will always be the case, but most blessings can only come in when there is order in our life and environment. Because if our environment is chaotic, it prevents certain things from flowing. It prevents us from even hearing the Holy Spirit, who is speaking to us in that moment, to even, complete a certain instruction, or to, do something that requires our obedience. And the Lord just wants us to know that, there are different moments that happen where he's trying to speak to us, where if we're missing that instruction, we could potentially miss something that is crucial to that moment that would cause that shift in our lives that we're looking for, we have been praying for. And he needs us to know that we should be working on keeping an atmosphere of peace, and one without chaos, because again, if we're operating or we're residing in those type of atmospheres, it's hard for us to hear him when he's speaking to us. It's hard for us to even have that peace that he wants us to have, that peace that surpasses all understanding, because his desire is not just for us to have a relationship with him, but it is for us to be, obedient, especially when it comes to his commands and his instructions. So when he's speaking, he needs us to hear it in order for us to act. Because like I said, some moments are crucial. Those words that he speaks to us in certain moments, sometimes we don't get it again. Sometimes we can miss that moment for that shift that we have been looking for. And when we miss that moment, that means we have to wait for it to come, back around again. So he needs us to understand that some instructions that he speaks to us are time sensitive, and meaning that it's a right now instruction that needs right now obedience and action. And so this is something that he wanted me to come and touch on, the importance of shifting our atmospheres, the importance of being in an atmosphere that is not of confusion or chaos, so that we're hearing him, we're able to hear him. And he also wanted us to know that whenever we're experiencing certain discomforts, heaviness, or anything like that, we should come to him first. We should come in his presence first, and not to everyone on the outside. And it's his way of getting us to depend on him instead of the people on the outside. Because if you're having that feeling, no one on the outside can tell you what it is in that moment. The only one that could really truly tell you is the Spirit of the Lord, the Holy Spirit. So so I pray that this message helped someone, and I pray that you take heed to it and begin to learn how to shift the atmosphere through worshiping in truth and in spirit. So until next time, you have a good one.